doing, making the whole scene insane. Big dog, about to bring the motherfucking pain. Lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in.
Let's get it going. Not losing it up. Oh yeah. We'll be back. Yeah. We gonna kick it on this day. Yeah, we gonna kick it. Yeah. Can we turn it?
Let's go, Cam.
Yo, man, this is very big, man. You heard me? AKA Mickey J, the analyst. AKA Big Man with the big hands. You feel me? It's coming back. We fight us. And this too shall pass. You hear me? Voice been acting a little stupid. Guess what, champ? Fighters fight. And today, we gonna talk about a topic not too far from fighting. Yeah. It's actually in the same ballpark, but it's a figurative form. You understand me? My good people, today we gonna talk about holding on too long. Holding on too long. In modern day, what does that mean? What does that seem like? What does that look like? We're going to talk about it. Okay. Now, there's a lot of avenues of this conversation. Modern day, right? Because I'm going to go through a lot of different slopes and we're going to end at the end and we're going to tie it into how it began. You understand? So say, when you think of holding on too long, modern day, we got to start getting into the psyche of what somebody could be going through. You feel me? Now, there's a lot of different things that could affect a person's choices to hold on to something, anything. Whether it's a person, place, or thing. You hear me? I'm talking in the now, and I'm using nouns. Do you hear me?
Hello.
I said if you don't know, grab a book, because I'm about to cook. They say, man, a lot of y'all got to understand this, right? As we grow from an adolescent to an adult, there's going to be things that we become attached to, accustomed to, and familiar with. Do you hear me? And through the knowledge and the care of which one you choose, it's going to either build you or it's going to hold you back. Now, in modern day society, there's so many distractions. You hear me? A lot of these kids these days, they get familiar with something and they easily get comfortable. And that was the main thing. We were always trained in life, if you were born in the 1900s, don't get comfortable. I'm sure we heard that term so much, it didn't matter what the hell it was applied to. I'm sure if you had a parent or strict parents, they'd often let you know as you was hammering all the groceries that you didn't buy, laying on the couch, lounging around, not cleaning shit, not washing dishes, or anything else that came to the knowledge of their eyes, seeing that you could potentially be a lackluster person in society. Hey, say, we get comfortable. There's just a lot of different ways that thing can go. So, in modern day society, a lot of us, under the sound of my voice, we have children, right? And the job of raising these kids is this, right? Is teaching them early what not to get distracted by. Because the things that you get distracted by early could be a hindrance, right?
Yep.
Could be a hindrance. And it often comes in the form of fun, entertainment, something that personally soothes you mentally, right? Might not seem like a distraction, but in the long run, could be looked at as such. So, okay. Understanding that this society of young generation these days, they might not necessarily take to the information given the first time that's given. You know, the time that you really get on them, trying to scald them and tell them, hey man, say, what are you going to do with yourself? And they're probably hammering chips, playing their video games, or chasing some boy or girl.
Facts.
Correct? Yeah, nose wider than the freeway. So, or even worse, you know, entertaining drugs and alcohol at a very young age, which is also a distraction, which we would do. So, okay. I'm going to start with me myself, right? Now, me myself, I grew up in an atmosphere where, you know, I was always around a lot of realistic things going on. Baby. I had a lot of realistic things going on around me at an early age. So I had a lot of knowledge that the average kid, or access, not even so much as knowledge. The knowledge came in the moments, but the access to the moments that I gained the knowledge from, I'm actually blessed because it showed me at a certain age what it looked like when certain things aren't prioritized and the effects it could have.
Street smarts.
And like I told y'all before, you know, some of those dating back to my relationship with my father, you know, the company that he kept, and some of the people that I love and cherish to this day. But, you know, I learned so much at a very impressionable age that I saw and understood if I didn't have this and that and my mindset together to acquire this and that and to press forward past this, because that's not something you want to get tangled up in, you probably wouldn't be on the side of my voice today. You hear me? I'd be some average Joe moving slow, speaking like he don't know. You understand? And thank God that's not who I became, because I understood the assignment. I had three uncles who would often embed that knowledge in me when my father couldn't, when my dad couldn't. So it's just like, at the end of the day, it's up to you to do the same to your kids. Now, like I told y'all in prior episodes, it took a village for me, correct? You know what I mean? It wasn't just one person who had a hand in raising me and acquiring that knowledge. Now, this is where it gets tricky in this modern day society, right? Modern day, these kids know every fucking thing. You can't tell one of these kids modern day that they done outlived you, they know more than you, they clearly have a credit score of 800 and can go buy and do anything they want if you stop doing what you're doing for them today. And if possible, you know, if you just cut your hand off today, they have it all together without you because they are that secure in who they are at the age of maybe 14 to 16. Between the ages of 13 to 18, oh man, you might as well go on and put a suit and tie on this one, or put a nice little business dress on that one, because that's a worker. Anyway, so, off the fact that these kids don't understand what it means to be a part of something, this is what normally happens to these kids around this age. See, one thing we got in the 1900s, we got the advantage of not having certain privileges, especially when it comes to technology. See, this is the thing. If the Wi-Fi knocked off globally right now, right? The age ranges that will be affected the most between 5 and 28. Lose their mind. Would lose their mind. You want to know why? Because they don't know what it's like to really just sit down with no distractions. See, one thing that we know is fun ain't what the level of fun that we used to have, that ain't fun no more. You hear me? That's boring. That's lame. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Who wants to do that? No, that was safe. That was fun. That was person-to-person interaction. You hear me? And most of the time, everybody went home safe, even after a mild dispute. See, this is the messed up part. These kids got this technology these days, and it's causing a distraction. And let's start at phase 1 of holding on.
Hold on. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's.
Okay. Because it's going to be a balance. This is going to be a balance of certain things. Okay. Me having 2 kids that are under the age of 10, right? I have 2 boys that are under the age of 10 right now. So this is where the problem's going to come in, right? We didn't have the privilege of having the mobility to just watch what we wanted to watch at our leisure, anywhere we wanted to watch. And a lot of us allow the internet to raise our kids by accident, not by choice. Because when we want to do what we want to do sometimes, we unintentionally allow certain things to be the thing that our kids become accustomed to focus their attention. Now, there's no particular race that's safe from that statement. Let's just make that very clear. It's not just a white thing, black thing, Spanish thing, Asian thing. This is worldwide. Probably not overseas. I want to say certain countries, because we know they're thriving. But they're way more advanced than us. Just another this little fun fact. If you don't know who that country is, top tier. So we here unintentionally allow the internet to raise his kids, which we don't understand causes some of these kids to have what they label as anxiety and sometimes ADHD. Because sometimes some of this stuff we sit them in front of, we don't know how mentally stimulating it's making them. And some of this stuff is way weirder on the internet than it is when we was first getting into the internet phase. Like, it's so much weird and creepy, crazy characters they designed for these kids just to sit still and watch, and they embedded all this and it's become a reality. This is where it becomes a hindrance, right? You take your kid out, all of a sudden your kid is a hero. A superhero.
Really, nigga?
They want to wear a cape outside and shit, They want to wear capes, They want to be jumping off things, saving random people. And you want to know why? End of the day, you didn't cut the damn thing off that you see was starting to affect their mental.
Hello.
Now, I'm slightly guilty of that. I'm going to be the first to tell you. It took somebody to tell me, hey, man, you might want to stop letting that, certain program to be played because, it's overstimulating his mental. Had to reel back on certain things and everything balanced out. Because this is what y'all don't understand. When you're trying to allow when somebody gets accustomed to something, it's hard just to snatch it away from them. So you have to win. Like, this is what y'all don't understand. The internet is a drug, G. The internet, like, whether y'all want to believe that or not, the internet is 100% a drug. You want to know why? Because a lot of y'all feel like y'all got to have it every time in a certain amount of time. Facts. Anytime you got to be a part of something in a certain amount of time, it becomes a drug, right? My drug of choice, I like the game. I'd be the first to tell you, I get these motherfuckers going. But I had to acknowledge this too. This is just me. I had to do my time ratio, to my family ratio, to my priority ratio. See, this is the thing. Stop there. Before we go any further, I have the luxury of doing the things I want in life because my bills are paid. On behalf of all my rockers, let's start there. Man, if your bills ain't paid and you rocking, you a bum. Get out of here. We ain't talking about you. We're talking about the priority people. Men and women. Do you hear me? So when I say I rock because I am financially in the good, I can afford the luxury of running up that bill that's about to get paid. So at the end of the day, I have to acknowledge that some people, you know what I mean, might be more excessive than myself, but I had to learn a balance. I had to learn when to give my family time, when to give my lady specific time, when to prioritize things I need to take care of on a personal level. You know, it comes a time you have to draw back on certain things. Facts. Now, current day, I'm still a rocker. Let's you know, I rotate them. You know, I wake up, I do my thumb ups. It's the first thing I do. I got to stay. I got to. Hear me? I put band-aids on them and I work out. You know, them boys get to go. That's how I hype the boys up. But that's here nor there. This is not about me. Because I try to be transparent with y'all. It comes a time when you have to reel back on certain things, is what I'm saying on that particular thing. Now y'all like, damn, you fucking talking about $100 long. We gonna get to it, champ. I'm just trying to build it. Let it be a little more entertaining. Starting with your kid, with his or her hyper ass. Just acknowledge the message while I'm giving it to you.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay. Now you got to. You got to handle something on phone. Yeah, man. Somebody trying to put their hand over. That's what I was. That's how I be feeling like niggas be trying to handle me through the screen. Man, get your big ass.
Hey, that's too much. Man, you stepped over the line now. We ain't be talking that kind of shit.
But that's just start with the kids. That's just setting, you know what I mean? Now let's get into this real shit. Family. Family. Boy, some of y'all gonna have to learn the hard way. The hard way, champ. Alright, man. In modern day, this is what y'all need to understand. Family ain't how it used to be. And it's mendable. But this is the messed up part, right? Death causes so much separation, bro. So much separation that it's hard to move forward sometime as a unit. Okay. A lot of us have to understand this, bro. And I mean this wholeheartedly. It's okay to mourn death. Me, myself, I just lost my pops. You hear me? Oh. And what I took away from that for my personal gain is he got a chance to see me in the state that he was proud of me in before he left. Right? He got a chance to see me perform at levels that he always told me I could, I would, and I should. I took away the fact that he always wanted me to be the better version of him and a more advanced thinker than he ever was. And somebody who could be a way better decision maker when it was time in a very clutch moment. And I've accomplished all those tasks. And this is the thing. When I looked at him for the last time, I kissed him on the cheek and said, I got it. I got it. At that moment, everything that could hold me back and more, even more after that moment, I left it right there with him.
Let's go, champ.
I had nothing else to prove to him. And a lot of y'all got to understand this. A lot of y'all are holding yourself back because y'all mourning somebody that they're not here to see you perform anymore. And if anything, if you're not performing a certain way, y'all need to understand they would be disappointed. Facts. So you're holding yourself back from the potential that they saw fit for you to reach. That's just one form of holding back. We're going to keep diving. More about family. Some of y'all need to understand this. You're going to waste more time beefing with your family than you are mending it with your family. Message. I don't give a shit what you going through with your family right now, right? I've had some pretty diabolical shit happen to me. Let's start there. I had some pretty diabolical shit happen. Complete left field with, certain fucking family members. I kick shit the real way. And this is the takeaway from that. As bad as I wanted to, take it somewhere, it wasn't even necessary to take it. I had to understand this, man. When you really love a motherfucker, man, it hurts more to want to hurt the person than it is to just want to make it right, bro. You get what I'm saying? Later. Now, revenge is 100% a disserved fucking war, nigga. I don't do cold food unless I'm eating a fucking turkey sandwich. And I ain't down for the job. Do you hear me? I said, do you hear me?
Let's go, champ.
So, end of the day, me growing, me wanting to be somebody who my dad knew me to be, it's easier to let certain shit go. Aww. Because this is still somebody, if it came down to it, I'd probably act up over if I heard something treacherous. It's got to be pretty bad at this point. But in the long run of thinking, I had to look at it like this. When you fall out with your family, right? When you fall out with your family, it doesn't just affect you and that person relationship. It affects you and the people that love you in a certain way in the family, and it affects that person who loves them in a certain way in the family. And nobody wants to get in the middle, but everybody's ready to be protective over each one of the, each party. And when I sat back and I assessed my personal situation, I understood it's easy to get on some gangster shit. Let's start there. That's the easy part. Hello. But the hard part is be like, just know, if I was ever reciprocated, handle it the way I handled it. Facts. I don't have no expectations to, but if I ever chose to, it was warranted. But we cool, my nigga. We cool. And a lot of y'all, pride too big for that. See, I keep it G about my motherfucking pain. You underdig me? Because for every level of pain I done sustained, I done gained. You underdig? Every time guys put that obstacle in front of me, I've always circled it and made sure I earned it. Do you understand me? I was smart enough and I danced a lot to it. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, some of y'all need to understand that when you are going through certain things with family, that ain't tough, that ain't gangster, that ain't say, man. If it's some street shit, street shit. I can't, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't no street nigga. I'm a hood nigga. I done told y'all that. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing street. Boy, don't pick no peoples on. It's good homo survival going on over here, baby. 9 to 5. 10.99s. Check my paperwork out, bucko. Yeah. I mean, let's start now. Yeah, they can't do that with it. You know what I mean? Everything legal, baby. Everything neat. You know what I mean? Everything neat over here, nigga. Yeah. So, that's another form of it, right? That's another form of, you know what I mean? When you holding on too long to that anger, to that rage, it's only holding you back because you're losing time on. Now, this person, before I say it, because I know y'all nah, me, because everybody don't deserve forgiveness. You're right. Everybody don't, because there's some shitty people out here, there's some shitty family members out here. But this is the thing. You have to have a soul mind to make a soul decision on who's worth forgiveness. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Because a lot of y'all the shitty person I'm talking to.
Holy shit.
A lot of y'all been the person who did the shit to the person and waiting for them to forgive you for some shit that you did. You got that game fucked up, bucko. That ain't how it go. End of the day, this is what's real. If you know you're the shitty person in the situation, as a mature man or woman, you don't need to fix it.
Shit like that.
See, it's the hard part. It's easy to do the sneaky shit. It's hard to look a motherfucker face to face, nose to nose, but I ain't say, man, I did that shit, man. Like, I fucked Joe. I fucked Joe, bro. I fucked Joe, sis. I fucked Joe, cuz. I fucked Joe, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle. You understand me? That's the hard part.
Facts.
See, a lot of motherfuckers play tough too. They got to be confronted with, why'd you do it? Why'd you do it? A lot of y'all niggas have, see, this the fucked up part. In this current generation, in times we in, we are in the world full of impulse thinkers. These are that target thinkers. They act accordingly to the moment, and that shit is dangerous. Anytime you're with somebody and they're just moving off impulse, that's not a motherfucking person that you can trust. I'm gonna tell you now, because they're gonna do whatever suits them in the moment.
Facts.
And God forbid they got a habit. Do you understand me? Motherfuckers will feed you to the wolves and keep the clothing. So you better understand, like I said, who's worth forgiveness in order for that thing. Because this is the thing, man. Rage and anger, it weighs you down, bro.
Yep.
It's like an invisible chain that you just wake up and go to sleep with until you learn how to let it go. You hold yourself back. Because number one rule of life, man, never wake up with anger and rage on your heart for nothing or nobody. That thing will kill you, man.
Facts.
Stress a motherfucker. Hey, listen, you sitting over there, blood pressure motherfucking ridiculously high, eyes yelling shit. Hey, man, you going downhill, Jack. You hear me? So I'm just trying to show you, I'm just trying to teach you how to shake back. Let live, let love, let go. You understand me? It don't make you no pussy to be the person who the bigger person who can say, man, because this the realest shit I can tell y'all. Some of the people that hurt you, they gonna need you before you need them. So at the end of the day, you got to understand this. If I did nothing but right by you and this is how you move, I'd rather you hurt me now than later. You understand me? I'd rather you go ahead, fuck a knife, nigga. Go ahead and put the sword through me. Pause. I'd rather you go ahead and go right through the middle of me, so I can know that you are capable of being a person who I gave the benefit of to. That would be the main one who could. If you can do it, everybody's a suspect in this one. Because you would have never should have been in that position with me. Okay, moving on. Alright. It's gonna be a touchy one. It's gonna be a touchy one, right? Because this is gonna be the one that sets the tone for the episode. If somebody has inappropriately touched you or done unspeakable acts to you, and to this day, whether you're a child or an adult, this is something that you're gonna be battling with mentally. This is gonna be the hardest, fucking harsh words I'm gonna be able to give you, because it's coming from a place of love, care, and understanding. Okay. First of all, if that shit happened to you, it wasn't your fault, young lady. It wasn't your fault, young sir. It won't. It won't your fault. It won't your fault that this fucking pervert of a man or woman chose to do what they did to you. At the end of the day, this is what I think. I think that if you are out here functioning as a adequate, positive, like a person who's willing to try to move forward and not hold too much grudge on it, and just trying to be a fully functioning adult or a young teenager or adolescent, even the case, in this current day society, I just want to apply. I really do. Because this is the really shit I can tell you, man. Not everybody gonna see that pain. Not everybody gonna see why you so guarded. Not everybody gonna see why you are somebody who is always on the defense. Not everybody's going to see why you don't look at sexual encounters with pleasure the same way as everybody else.
Facts.
Or sentimental things like hugging and kissing and just simple contact with the opposite sex, or maybe even the same sex. Like, nobody's going to understand why you're always so guarded. And I personally want to tell you, I get it. I get it. Through my time throughout this earth, I've been blessed enough to be in the presence of people who share their darkest and most hurtful experiences. You feel me? And my job is to never fail. You understand me? Because on some Yo Gotti shit, I got some secrets and I never tell them. So, to be the voice for those people, I just want the people that's out here currently who's never had to experience these traumas to understand. Watch how you treat people.
Facts.
Watch how you talk to people. Watch the situations that you put people in. Because you don't know what people have to go home to, what they've been through, or what they will and won't do if certain buttons are clicked and mashed. You don't know the triggers of the people that's around you. So just be mindful and respectful to how you act, how you speak, and how you conduct yourself in certain moments where your attitude is at its peak. You understand me? Because a lot of people who have been touched in a sense, they patch it up with humor. And the hard part about patching things up with humor is that after everybody's done laughing and you got to reflect on the joke, you're the only one still in pain. You're the only one that's still in pain. And I really want to take the time out for everybody to understand how dire it is to just talk to people with respect. Because you don't know what somebody might flush out in the moment, and you don't know what you could be saving them from in later moments.
Yep.
If you just conduct yourself with respect and just listen, be willing to listen to people. We live in a world now where everybody wants to be heard, but nobody wants to listen.
Shit like that.
Nobody wants to listen. And it's a lot of people who are crying out for that love, for that attention, and for that chance to speak, but they don't feel heard. They're always getting over-talked. So if you are that person who's gone through that situation or went through that situation, I had to overcome it, be somebody who can have a testimony that survived that situation, I really want to tell you this in the most loving and caring way. You got to keep fighting and keep living every day, waking up with a purpose and fighting to let it go. You can't help the mindsets of certain people that you would probably place around. You can't help the mindset and the carelessness of somebody who was trusted to take care of you, who may have placed you in a situation unknowingly. A lot of the times the situation happens unknowingly. But regardless of how it goes, you gotta let that shit go. You don't gotta let that shit go because it's the right thing. You gotta let that shit go because it's hindering you.
Let's go, champ.
It's hindering you in your personal relationship with your man or your woman. It's hindering you in your personal relationship with your kids, with your parents, if they're not the people who caused the situation. It's hindering you with other family members. It's hindering you at work. It's hindering you in society as a whole. You're not being the productive version of yourself because you're waking up every chance you get dwelling on something that you had no control or power in. So it's important for you to know, as much as you want to hold on to it, nothing good comes to a victim. You can't be a victim all your life, baby.
Facts.
That moment's past. Be productive now. You be the person who changes the narrative. You tell your story in a way that it can save other people and bring awareness to other people. Because sitting around blaming other people, it's not gonna effectively put you in the circumstance that you feel like you deserve to be in when it comes to, I know this is where I should be, but I can't. I can't get past this. You got to fight. You got to try. You got to wake up with some ambition. It's nobody else's job to motivate you.
Let's go, champ.
If you can't be self-motivated, there's no drive there. You got a bad transmission. You understand me? You going nowhere fast, baby. But if you wake up every day understanding that was then, this is not, God has allowed you to run a course, get to this point in life, and seeing how far you came from where you started, that's what your focus got to be. Whether you're doing it in baby steps or big increments, we all got to have a starting place of where we have to place that pain and walk away from it to gain. That's just words for the meat, man. Moving forward. Next one. This is the last one. We're going to close on this one. Your kids.
Ain't nobody trying to.
This is going to be the one that rub a lot of y'all the wrong way, but I don't give a damn. Because it's real. A lot of y'all get around here and y'all baby these kids so freaking much that nobody else really wants to deal with that. Right? Just keeping it square. These turn into the kids who become the brats of the world, or the entitled kids of the world, or the kids that feel like they can turn their nose up at other kids. Just keeping it square. I don't care. I'm gonna shoot it out there. Also, I'm very aware that a lot of you beautiful ladies out there in single parent form had to raise these young men and young women by yourselves. Very aware. I would never take away from that. But there's also a lot of fathers who had to do the same. And it's just as hard, it's even harder for a man to do it because a man's not a nurturer by instinct. He's a provider and a protector. Let's not negate that as well. Because, some people would probably get offended if we did that. You know what I mean? So, okay. Your job as a parent is to get your kid to a certain age where they're mentally aware, they're financially aware, and hopefully, if you're real with your child, they're sexually aware. Of what's going on in the world and what's happening in the world current day. This is where the problem comes in. When these kids get to that age, a lot of y'all have a hard time with letting them fucking go, man. Let it go, honey. Let it go. And for the gentlemen, let it go, homie. Straight up. Please. Listen. I know how I was about my daughter, right? I was, similar to the scene in Bad Boys. I've been literally waiting to do that shit to somebody. But this is the thing. This is the real shit I can tell y'all. When the more you press your child and provoke them to be the kid that you want them to be, the sneakier in the decision making that they make outside of being around you is going to alter. That's just the fucking reality of it, bro. So, I've done it. You've done it. I mean, some of your children's done it. My child's done it. There's no sugarcoating that shit. It is what it is. And it all stems from a place of, damn, I should have listened. So I'm going to make this motherfucker listen. I fucked up. But I'm going to make sure this nigga don't fuck up. It comes a time whether your child gets it and they don't, or they do and they're well off. And for the ones that don't, this is what some of y'all got to understand. Some of y'all blocking these kids from going through something that's going to take from 10 days to a year for them to experience and be done with it for life versus to going through it for the next decade. Because sometimes when you can't do it, sometimes certain trouble is meant to shift you around.
Holy shit.
Without any presence of being saved. Because this is the time where it takes trouble sometimes for somebody to take something serious. We all know that. Anytime we feel like we may have to be the person that's about to get the punishment or the chastisement for whatever the fuck the situation that we've put ourselves in, those are the moments we learn the most from. Those are the moments that built us. Those are the moments that we learned. If it didn't kill us, it won't. It won't. Hell nah. I'm good on that, champ. I learned my lesson. I'm all right. See, some of us had to put our hands in the fire just to see not only is the fire hot, but will it really burn me? Is this shit an illusion or is this real heat? Yeah.
Okay, I see you choosing the hard way.
Some of us got to feel it on the flesh. You understand me? So, in the society we are now with these kids who are so entitled, they know every fucking thing. They feel like they know more than you, but need you for every fucking thing they do, I'm sure. You need to understand this. You gotta start letting these kids fall on their ass a little bit. You gotta start letting them bump their head a little bit. It's no way in the fuck your kid 24 between 21 and 28 making 16-year-old mistakes. 18-year-old mistakes. You know what that stems from? Somebody who wanted to hold their fucking hand until they left this world. Let me ask y'all a real question. For all y'all that's out here hand holding these grown ass men and women, if they're so accustomed to you doing that, and I get it, oh, that's my baby, I'm gonna make sure my baby good. What happens when the fuck you not here?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Who gonna hold your baby hand then? See, a lot of y'all don't think about that shit. You scarring this kid and setting them up to be everything I just named in them last 2 fucking segments. Oh, y'all didn't think I was gonna bring it home? Come on, that's the big man. You know I came to play ball.
Let's go, champ.
So, if you know you sitting here spoiling this kid and you doing all of this extra patching up things to make it seem like they're just this perfect kid, what are they learning? Sometimes you need to feel like you ain't shit. Sometimes you need to feel like you're not enough. Sometimes you need to understand how much you've hurt people that sacrificed and cared for you and made sure that you got to this certain point. Sometimes you need to see the pain in their fucking eyes. Sometimes you need to see the motherfuckers crying over you that's trying to save your stupid ass. So why is some of y'all blocking what God's trying to do?
Let's go, champ.
Some of these kids, God is taking on a certain journey so they can be some of the chosen ones for the future. That's not the fuck ups. But y'all keep hand holding, thinking y'all doing God's work. No, let God work, champ. That's the problem. If this motherfucker keep going in and out of fucking jail and you keep bailing him out, what the fuck is this person learning? Male or female? If this person out here get a job, quit a job, and come lay up on your couch and play video games all day, rip around the streets, chasing boys and girls all fucking day, whichever. What is you? It's okay. You'll fix. No, the fuck is not okay. It is not okay. It is not okay. Because what you're doing is creating a bomb. What you're doing is creating a motherfucking bomb. An adult bum that's gonna choose a male or female to try to take care of their big bummy ass. And who ain't gonna be able to deal with real world criticism, it's gonna be either ready to fight every time somebody get on their ass or ready to cry every time somebody get on their ass. Because they don't know shit. Boy and girl don't know shit. You hear me? So, it's in your best interest to let certain things run its course. Now, I'm not saying, oh, your kid do something stupid the first time, oh, I should just leave my baby in jail, huh? No, I ain't saying that. See, look at how mama try to twist, flip it, bend your boy. Pause. Whoa, the bed. So, what I'm saying is, if a kid keeps doing something repetitive, do you hear me? What is the somebody real quick. What's the definition of insanity? Abso-fucking-lutely. Those that know, and the ones that don't, they the reason why shit ain't moving the way it's supposed to.
Oh shit!
You understand me? If you, man, soon as I kick that little ball to you, say shit. Yada, 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 yada. See, I ain't gonna say it. Look it up if you don't know. So, you're going to be somebody who is going to be this miraculous parent to the day you die. And then you die, then what? You can't worry about them. You wherever you on whatever side of the coin you fell on. What's the come of them? What's the come of that young man and young woman? Huh? It's easy to let go now. Let them learn now. Continue the lesson of this is what you need to do, and if you don't, you'll figure it out. Because you trying to force and mold somebody into something that your child isn't your relationship partner, it's just significant other. Let's start there. Some of y'all try to mold y'all children in the form of what you want in a man or what you want in a woman. That's not how this shit is designed. You're meant to guide to a certain level, forever give knowledge. Hello. But it's not your job to keep taking care of somebody who takes you for granted in the environment that you provide for granted, in the amenities that you provide, and finances that you provide, and mobility that you provide. That's not your fucking place to keep doing that to somebody who you pay dues to. Because what's gonna happen is this person gonna do all of that shit, go out and have a bunch of kids, and you have to relive everything through them kids you just had to do, because they're gonna put all their kids off on you. And you gonna fuck around and be grand old, and this person gonna be still doing the same shit, taking none accountability, and just taking you for granted. Fine. So why not go ahead and be the asshole now? Hey, no, I will not. Some of y'all need to start understanding it's easier in the long run to accept no is yes when it comes to these kids. Why? Because them no's gonna take you a lot farther than them yeses will. I assure you that. No, I will not go in here and buy you one toy that is $30, $40 fucking dollars that you are only gonna play with for 2 years. I mean, not even a year, shit, 2 months. I'm sorry, 2 years is a stretch. I'd be damned if these kids got that much attention. I'd be damned if I'm gonna keep going out here filling up your car and put gas in your car when I let you drive my car, you'll bring that son of a bitch back home. It's no way in the fuck I'm going to keep letting you bring all your friends over here, eat all my fucking food, doing what they want when you barely even go to their house. When do you go to their house and do that? This is some of the situations that can be avoided now. But you laying up in your mom and dad house? Why you letting your kid do it?
I will take you down.
Vip? Especially this motherfucker not paying bills. Motherfucker paying bills might get a little leeway. Hey, I leave that door open now. Don't close the doors in this motherfucker. You chill. But you gotta be paying a significant amount of bills to even get that close to that motherfucking conversation. And I'm talking about 3 hunchos at least. At least 350, 400, something. You knocking out some bills that's gonna take the stress off the rest. You understand me? I've said too much already.
Get your man.
I hope everybody's gained something from this episode. I felt like, a lot of these things needed to be said. I try to start slow with a little build up, get y'all involved, you know what I mean, just to get to some real shit. So here we are, And again, I hope everybody who's been through some traumatic experiences, I hope they understand all the words that I spoke and digest those words properly and apply those words moving forward. This has been the McMahon. Do you hear me? I'm coming at you humble as I can. Hear me? This topic was different for me and a little near and dear to me because there's a lot of emotion tied to this topic. And I know a lot of y'all thought I was going to rant and rave in another way about holding on and all that, but no. These are forms in current day that are affecting now society. Now society is getting affected by what I just spoke to you about. So, with no further ado, I'm glad we got through it. So we on our way out, man. It's the only way to do it. It's your man, McMahon. With the big head. Hey, let's go, man. I say it was a privilege, man. Y'all be safe, stay blessed, man. I'm out.